Hi Niloy. Can you
Hey, hi
introduce
Karthik.
yourself?
Hey, hi everyone, whoever is listening to this. So I'm Niloy Ray. I'm right now working as a senior consultant in Cognizant Business Consulting. Going back to my background, I did my engineering from NIT Surat in chemical engineering, and post that I did my MBA from IIM Indore. And for the past 8.5, I guess 9 years, I've been part of Cognizant Business Consulting. I started as a consultant, and over the years, I moved as a senior consultant. And my domain area, if there is anything like that, will be retail, travel, and hospitality. So I work for clients like Levi's, Nike, British Airways, Williams Sonoma, Amway, and few others. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, okay. So I think can you elaborate a little bit more about your job profile? What do you actually do? Let's say on a
Yes,
typical
yes.
typical job day from say 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, what do you do?
Yes, yes. I'll give an overview. So even though I'm working for Cognizant, and if everyone knows, like it's an IT company, but my job profile is not related to coding or anything like that. So like I said, what my I'm called is a business consultant. So what I do is I talk to the business, then I go back. I talk to the Cognizant developers, QA analyst if they are testing, or any project team members, and I tell them the requirements,
Hmm.
and based on that they do the development. So I am the bridge between the business or the client
Hmm.
and the Cognizant folks. Okay, now my job profile, if I have to say, I'll divide into two or three parts. So first part, which is the bread and butter for Cognizant, based on which Cognizant is earning money, is like working with the clients, doing all this kind of projects and activities. Let's say implementing a e-commerce website for a client or something like that. So that is my bread and butter. That will be by 70% or 65% of the work.
Hmm.
Second part of my work is like, since we have done our MBA, so a lot of business development activities whichever happen in the company, so we are responsible for that. So a lot of business G's, presentations, new clients, client acquisition, a lot of things we do that. So that will be around 20% of the work. And final 10% or 15% of the work will be related to thought leadership. So here what we do is like, we try to find out, what are the needs of the industry, what are the new cutting edge technologies, like, what is happening in machine learning, AI, and those kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And we do our brainstorming with the team members and everything. So these are the three works, like again, project work, sales, and thought leadership.
Okay.
And just to add to it, on a average, day, you said what is like
Hmm.
8 to 4 or something like that. For Indians, it is like 9 to 5. So, but in IT industry, it is not like that. Our work is definitely based on the client location and timing. Like right now, my client is based out of Japan. Okay, so
Hmm.
my day starts when the clients, day start around, I would say 7:30 a.m. in the morning,
Hmm.
and my day ends by 3:30 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
So I'll go talk to the clients, show him whatever the development has been done in the past day, or if there are any doubts or anything that. So we will discuss about that, get the clarifications, everything like that. Then I'll talk to the developers and the
Hmm.
QA guys or testing guys and everything. So I'll try to do that stuff. Second part of the day will be like, I'll do some BD activities or something like that, 10%, 1 hour, something like that
Hmm.
kind of thing. And end of the day, I'll again connect back to the client, just tell him, this is the progress, and is there anything else you want to know. And because there are guys who are working 24/7 in the shift, so there
Hmm.
are developers, even when I will sleep they will work. So
Yeah.
I will hand it over to them and they will tell us. So
Yeah.
this kind of continuous cycle will work.
Okay.
So this is a typical day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are the sort of office tools that you use? Say, if you are talking to a client, you want to document it somewhere. What type of tools do you use?
So my primary tool will be OneNote, if you guys have used
Yeah.
it, because it's very convenient for me to take down the notes here and use it. Right now everyone is at home, so it doesn't matter. But during our time, any laptop where I have my Cognizant access and everything like that, I can access
Okay.
OneNote and everything. So that is very helpful. Second part is obviously Excel sheet and Microsoft project plan. Sometimes Excel sheet everyone uses it.
Excel
So
sheet
all the
is,
Microsoft tools, yeah.
I think,
And as
yeah.
a yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ex
Please continue.
Excel sheet, I think, is the Like we learn a lot of
Yeah.
different things in the university and everywhere, but ultimately I think it's global thing that everyone ends up using Excel sheet more than what we used to do in the college or university times. That's
Yes,
true.
yes. Excel sheet is like, if there is no Excel sheet, I think there is no industry in this world, at least no IT industry.
Yes.
So, yeah, one more thing that I use, which typically other people don't use, is Visio. Like,
Hmm.
we create a lot of process flows and diagrams and show one step to another step on
Yeah.
something like that. Or we create, a business requirement document. So we need to create all those process flows and everything and
Oh,
write down this is step one, this is step two.
okay.
So
Okay.
Visio is one more tool, but everything is like basically Microsoft own
Yes.
tools,
Yes.
if you will
Okay.
say
Okay.
office tools. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
actually I was looking for. What is the typical? So Visio looks like something which is not used by everybody, but it's something very useful for people who want to track or plan for a project. I think that sounds quite
yeah.
good.
Who gather business requirements, write down step by step what needs to be
Yeah.
done. So video makes a
Hmm.
lots of sense. Yeah.
So, what are like what you can say as perks of having a career like what you are having with a like a with a
See,
meeting different people and things like that or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So first thing first, like what I gained most is the confidence. When like I came from a very small town and everything. With time, when I communicated with people from cities and then different countries and culture, I got an opportunity to meet them. So initially, my confidence level, I will say, was not very high. It was never low, but it was never like sky high. I will be conscious if I am talking to someone or something like that. If someone from America is calling, I will, oh, that guy is on site or something like that. But
Yeah.
with time, it gets to be normal. You don't really care where is
No.
that person from. So that is one thing. Second part, if someone is into traveling and everything like that, so
Hmm.
I have traveled across, Europe and US, and probably I was supposed to be in, Japan and other places, if not because of COVID. So
Yeah.
traveling is another perk and those kind of things. So yeah, a lot of good things to be there, but it can be mundane sometimes. Like there is a job cycle and every day you have to repeat the same thing, same process and
Yeah.
everything. But I guess it's in every job more or less nowadays, because people don't want uncertainty, especially the big companies. They want there to be a certain process. So any big company you will go, probably you will find a predefined process, so
Yeah.
it's there.
Hmm. Yes, that's good. So,
Mhm.
what are the challenges that you face in your job?
Challenges, like very specific to my job, is related to communication.
Hmm.
Like I said, there are people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different country and everything like that. So what you expect anyone to understand right away might not be possible. Like if I'm talking to a person who is working in a store, and if I'll tell him like a technical term that the API will come and hit your system, for me and as a Cognizant guy, IT guy, is probably everyone in Cognizant will understand. But the store person who is a sales person, what will he know about what is an API?
Yeah.
Okay, and all those kind of that, and very simple things. Like I'll give you a very simple example, like a term like Internet of Things. Like everyone hears about it. Like
Hmm.
everyone thinks it's a hi-fi thing. Basically, it's a thing like that. If there is a thermometer in it, you can tell the temperature and you can upload it the temperature in internet. Then it's a Internet of Things of the thermometer.
Hmm.
But people think it's a hi-fi thing. So the thing is communication and ability to talk to the person in a way that that particular audience is able to understand. Like when we were kids, we had a certain kind of people. Okay, this guy is like us, he will be our friend, ignore this guy.
Yeah.
This cannot happen in this industry. We have to work with everyone, we have to be patient. A lot of times I don't understand what they are saying, but they are also patient. So we have to work with everyone, probably assume that they don't know anything and start from there and then slowly talk. And that is the best way, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. So as I see it, like you have client the one on one end, and then you have the coding
Hmm.
team on one end. Both of them have
Yes.
complex things. So what you are doing is
Yeah.
you are getting the information from both of them, the complex things. You break that down and you
Yes.
present it back to other person in a most simplest way. I think
Yes.
that
Like,
is the challenging. Yeah.
yeah, that's the beauty of it. Like if, let's say, you give me something, you have a website and you tell me like, Niloy, I don't like this, just remove this font or something like that.
Hmm.
For you, in your mind, it will be like, okay, it might be a 25-second thing, but you need to understand. Probably it is my job to make you
Yeah.
understand this is not a 25-second thing. It can distort the whole page and everything like that, and it might be a 1.5 day thing. So
No.
but sometimes it is difficult to convince the client why the small thing is taking 2 days or 3 days, but that is basically my job to convey it. And same with the developers, like they don't understand, they think that this is technically very challenging, so we don't need to do that, but they don't understand that this is very core to the client and they want it.
Oh yeah.
So both other things happen, and there is always some tussle where the development is saying, a developer is saying like this is very difficult, or the client is saying why are you not able to do that. So all these things will happen every single day of your life.
Yeah.
So it's like I am habituated to those kind of things.
Okay, that's quite
So yeah.
interesting. So, what are the key skill sets that you think is very essential for this job?
uh, First thing first, like I said, communication is very important. Like you should have the ability to talk in different languages to different kind of audiences. You cannot have a single tone and you are talking to the same tone or same language or anything like that with the same all the people, then you will fail definitely.
Yeah.
So you need to understand what a person. The second part will be like it's not essential, but it's good if you are good with Microsoft tools like Excel or PPT or those kind of things, because jazzy things matter in today's world. Like Apple is, what is it, it's all about presentation, right? So those kind of things, because if you want someone to pay you premium, which any other person in this world can do, then the things is like how you represent yourself or how you present your thought process and anything like that. So you need to be good with few stuff like good presentations or Excel sheet or number data or anything which can help you in soft skills. So I think that is important. From my side, I never learned any coding or anything like that, but with time I have got an understanding of the logic how it is happening. I probably can't code, but I know what is the logic behind that. So yeah, that is important.
Okay, that's good. If you roll back now, say when you started the job after finishing the university, what do you think you would have done differently? And you say that you are continuing with the same career till now. What you could have done differently and how it would have benefited you?
So yeah, two things comes to my mind. First, like I should have, look for other opportunities probably after 5 or 6 years. It's always good to test yourself and give some interviews and anything like that, so that you are never in the fear. Like you never know about this industry. Any black swan event can happen, and you don't know what is going to happen to everyone. So we should practice more giving interviews, even if we don't switch. So that is one thing probably I did not do it for some reason. I don't know why. And the second part is like if I see my leadership, like people who are VP or AVP or something like that. Like I said, I have experience in retail and travel and hospitality. But if I talk to them, they have experience across finance. They have experience across manufacturing, retail, all the domains. That is how, and that is why they are leading such team of people who are people who are doing retail are reporting to them, people who are in finance are reporting to them. So if I want to be a leader, the next thing is to me to get out of retail, probably take some exposure to different kind of things or industry. That will probably help me out. And certifications is always a good thing in today's date, because it's a branded world. The more certifications you do, the better it is. So anything project management or product owner certification and those kind of things are always good for your career, I believe. You don't need to overdo it, but every 1-2 years, one certification, I think that is good for anyone's career here in IT industry at least.
Yes. Okay. So, final question. I think it's I will ask you in two parts, or rather, you can answer in two parts. First is how does the future look like for your career? And secondly, if somebody who is just going to graduate, or say somebody is exploring different opportunities that they can study, what you will suggest them?
Okay, so first I will answer if someone is looking to get into same career as me. So what kind of suggestion? So my role, if you see, it's a very generic role. I don't actually understand or know any kind of coding, but I actually talk to people from all different kind of technology, be it Salesforce or a developer or a testing person. I talk to everyone. So if assuming that someone is still studying, or if anyone is already in testing or coding or something like that, and they want to be something like a business analyst or something like me, first thing first is I will be like getting your soft skills perfect, ability to give answers in a structured manner, so that you capture the details in a structured structure minded. Work on your soft skills, work on your presentation skills, and talk to client. There are a lot of brilliant developers who understand better than me,
Hmm.
but they are shy and they don't want to talk to the client.
Yeah.
And because of this, they think that okay, probably this guy cannot do anything. But they are actually better developers than me. But because of this thing, they are earning probably half of me.
Huh.
So it's not the actual technical skills; it's only about the soft skills, because of which they are earning less than me, but probably doing a better job. But no one is doing that.
Yes.
So, end of the day, in this industry, we all want to earn money, right? And we want to recognize. So, one thing is politics. A lot of people do that. That's okay. It's up to individual. But if you know the skills, the next part is you should have the ability to tell. You should have the ability to communicate to everyone. You should have the ability to mentor others, so that people will think you have the quality, you have that thought process and everything. So that is my. So even if you are an engineering student or a BSc student who is studying right now, work a lot on your soft skills, have the ability to talk to everyone in a structured way, work on PowerPoint and those kind of skills. Be aware of all the technical things which are happening. It doesn't mean that you need to do a PhD or something like that, but if you are aware, trust me, in this industry, IT industry, it is going to help you somewhere down the other.
Yeah.
So it's a very good thing that you are aware what is happening in this industry. It's not only useful if you know what is Kareena Kapoor's kid's name. You need to know other stuff also.
Yeah.
So not a lot, but yeah, spend 10 to 15 minutes every day and see what is happening in the technological fund. Not Cognizant, you can see what Cognizant is doing, but what a Google or Apple is researching about, or a Tesla is researching about, it will be a good thing to know.
Yes.
So yeah, that is one thing. And about my what should be the next stage in like my individual career path? So
Yeah.
I'll say.
No,
I'll say
yes. I was just
Tell me,
thinking like, what is the scope for your career? Maybe you are coming to that point only. Yeah.
Yeah. So initially, like a lot of my projects were related to back end stuff and everything like that. But slowly by slowly, in the last 2 3 years, and specifically in the last 1.5 years, a lot of companies have now understood like the only way forward and the only way they can survive is by going digital. I'll give you a simple example. Like there's a restaurant in front of me. If they had not gone with Zomato or Swiggy, they would have been closed by right now. Everyone knows that. So the only way to survive, there is no other way. There is no second way. It doesn't matter how good your food is, how good your decoration is. If you are not going digital, you will not survive. So that is one thing, and that is true for all of us also. Like from the technological point of view, the people who are in Cognizant and Accenture, they need to stop thinking about all those legacy systems. They need to start thinking about the latest technologies and everything like that. Cloud, machine learning, AI, all those kind of stuff. Because end of the day, if we don't move to that direction, sooner or later there will be a young person who will come and know way better than me, and he will take my position. So that's the tip for survival. You need to look into latest technologies like cloud, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all those kind. At least I also am trying to learn a few of those things. So hopefully that will help in my career also.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. After talking with you for now almost 20 minutes, I sort of thought of asking one more question, bonus question. How did you work on the communication skill? What did you do to improve it?
How did I?
Of course,
I think my communication is. No, I'll say like my communication skills still lagging as compared to my peers. At least that is what I would like to think. I'll say like I always had this knack of telling stories and everything. But yeah, one thing is like everything starts with reading. So read something useful. That will help, I guess. Any good magazines, or not like breaking news kind of stuff for which you have attention span of 30 seconds. Not those kind of things. I'm saying big articles, long articles, and there are some very good authors, and just try to read something as much as possible. And one thing I did is like I attended a lot of what will I say, presentations and seminars of my seniors, and I actually picked from them like how they are presenting it to the client. like when I was new, I never understood. Okay, I have a presentation, but what is the way like we should present it? What is the story? What is the storyline?
Hmm.
Is there any storyline at all, or those things like that? So I actually observed a lot of my seniors when they were presenting, and I was a junior. I was watching them what they were doing. So listening to them, like sometimes experience matters, and I learned a lot of them. Like I had my own style always, but the amount of learning which you will get from listening to people like this series, probably not from me but from someone else who have experience, and you learn a lot. And just listen, you don't need to actually act on it. It's just, if something is getting in your mind, somewhere in your mind it will be there.
Yeah.
So even this kind of webinar series, anyone who is listening, probably anyone who did not have any idea, probably they will have now 1% of idea what is this industry about. So
Yes.
listening is very good thing. There are things like TEDx and Google Talks and those kind of things, right?
Hmm.
Just listen to people and their thought process. It will be very helpful.
Yes.
Leave all this breaking news in your life, like something is happening there that we cannot help this, but this thing will actually help you out. So
Yes.
yeah, I think
Hmm.
that will be my suggestion.
Okay,
Mhm.
Niloy, thanks a lot. I think it's you explained everything so good, and I wish
Yeah.
you all the best.
Thank you, Karthik. Same to you.
Yes. Okay. Bye.